My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. From the moment you clicked this video, something inside you already knew this isn't just another random piece of content. This moment found you for a reason. And that reason is connected to someone who lives closer to you than anyone else, your neighbor. Not in a negative way, not in a harmful way, but in a way that will completely shift how you see your own story. Don't skip. Think about this: every day you walk in and out of your house, thinking everything around you is normal, unchanged, predictable. But if you look closely, you'll notice something subtle, something you may have ignored: your neighbor's presence. The way they sometimes look at you longer than expected. The quiet understanding in their eyes. The strange feeling that they know something about you that you don't fully know about yourself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. You may not realize it yet, but this person right beside you is connected to your life in a deep, meaningful way. It's not dramatic. It's not dark. It's not shocking in a frightening sense. It's shocking in an emotional, once-in-a-lifetime way. The kind that makes you stop and question everything you thought you understood about your own past. Let me take you back, without going anywhere physically. Think about a moment from years ago, a moment you barely remember, but one that shaped who you are. Maybe it was a moment when someone helped you, supported you, guided you, or simply watched over you. A moment that didn't seem important then, but now it carries weight. And your neighbor? They hold a missing piece of that moment. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting. There are small things you overlooked: the way they greeted you when you looked tired, as if they understood your day without you saying one word. The way they stepped back when they sensed you needed quiet, the familiar feeling you got the very first time you met them, even though you had no reason to feel that way. None of these moments were random. They were signals. Signs. Quiet clues that your life and theirs were tied long before you realized it. Your neighbor has noticed things about you: your strength, your silence, your resilience, your soft moments, your heavy moments. They saw things you didn't think anyone noticed. They didn't judge you. They didn't misunderstand you. They recognized you. Because a long time ago, someone told them about a person with a spark. A person with a purpose. A person with a rare kind of heart. And the day they first saw you, they realized you were that person. Don't skip. You're getting close to the truth. Every time you crossed paths, something unspoken passed between you. A quiet bond. A familiar energy. A connection that neither of you completely understood at first. But now you're ready. Now your story is ready to open. Because the thread tying you to your neighbor isn't new, it's old. Much older than the moment you moved next door. It's a thread that survived time, distance, and silence. Your neighbor has been waiting. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting for the right energy. Waiting for the right version of you, the one who can finally understand the truth they've been carrying. Don't skip. Take a breath. Feel the pull inside your chest. Feel how every word feels strangely personal. That isn't coincidence. That's connection. You didn't click this video by accident. You didn't stay this long by accident. Something bigger than you guided you here, to this exact moment, to hear something your heart has been waiting to understand. Your neighbor isn't the beginning of your story, and they aren't the end either. They are the connection point. The bridge between a moment from your past and the chapter you're about to enter next. They hold the memory, the message. The piece that completes your understanding of who you are and where you are going. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Your story is waking up. Your path is aligning. And the truth that the universe has been trying to deliver to you, quietly, patiently, gently, is finally ready to reach you. And it's coming from someone who has been standing beside you all along, your neighbor. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. And now that you've made it this far, the next part of the truth is ready to unfold. What you're about to hear isn't random, it isn't accidental, and it definitely isn't coincidence. This is the part of the story where the invisible connection between you and your neighbor starts becoming clear, slowly, gently, piece by piece. Let's begin this part with a question most people never ask. Why do certain people appear in our lives at the exact time we need them, even when we don't realize we need them? Think about that. Out of the whole world, out of millions of strangers, why did this specific person end up living beside you? Why did your paths intersect at this moment of your life, not earlier, not later? Don't skip. Something huge is still ahead. Your neighbor has been carrying something connected to you for longer than you think. Not intentionally. Not as a plan. But as life's way of making sure you eventually receive a message that belongs to you. A message that you were not ready to hear before. A message that needed the right time, the right place, the right version of you. And now, you are ready. Think about the small things. The things you waved off as normal. The way they sometimes look at you with a sense of familiarity, like they recognize something about you that you haven't recognized in yourself yet. The way they seem to understand your energy without you saying one word. The way they pause before speaking, as if choosing the right moment to reveal something important. That is not random. That is alignment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Now imagine this moment. You're coming home after a long day. You're tired. Your mind is heavy. You don't want to talk to anyone. You unlock your door, and there they are, your neighbor, walking by at the exact same time. They give you a quiet smile. Not a forced one. Not a polite one. A knowing smile. A smile that feels like comfort. A smile that feels like you've seen it before somewhere, even though you haven't. But your heart remembers what your mind doesn't. That smile is connected to your past. Your neighbor has a memory of someone connected to your life, someone who once spoke highly of you, believed in you, or cared about you in a deep, meaningful way. This isn't about your neighbor revealing something dramatic. It's about them holding on to a message, a story, or a connection that didn't belong to them, it belonged to you. They held it quietly. Respectfully. Patiently. Don't skip. Something huge is coming. Let me take you deeper. There was a moment years ago when someone crossed paths with your neighbor and mentioned a person, a young soul with potential, strength, and a bright future. They described someone with a rare spark, someone who would grow to become someone important, someone unforgettable. And when your neighbor met you, something inside them paused. Something clicked. Something whispered, "It's them." They didn't say it out loud. They didn't rush. They simply recognized the connection. And every time they saw you after that, the memory returned. The message returned. The sense of purpose returned. Don't skip. You're getting closer. Your neighbor has been waiting for a sign from you. A moment where your energy opened enough for the truth to finally reach you. A moment where you were emotionally ready, mentally ready, spiritually ready to receive what has been meant for you all along. And that moment is this moment right now. Think about how life works. People appear right when they're supposed to. Lessons come right when you're ready. Answers arrive exactly when your heart begins to ask the right questions. And your neighbor? They are part of one of those answers. They don't want anything from you. They're not trying to interfere. They're simply holding the final piece of a story you never knew had a missing page. Don't skip. Every time they looked at you with softness, every time they seemed concerned without saying anything, every time they sensed your emotions more accurately than others, it was because they recognized you. Not your face. Not your name. You. Your presence. Your energy. Your story. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting. And here's the part that most people overlook: you've also felt it. That quiet sense of familiarity. That comfort. That little pull in your chest whenever you see them. You never understood it, but you felt it. That's because deep down, your heart remembers something your mind has forgotten. Your neighbor isn't just a random person. They're a carrier of a connection from your past. A connection linked to someone who once wanted you to know something meaningful, something about your future, your potential, your path, your destiny. And your neighbor has been silently waiting for you to be ready to hear it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because the truth they've been holding, the message meant for you, the connection tying your past and present together, is moments away from being revealed. Your story isn't finished. Your connection isn't coincidence. Your next chapter is already beginning, right beside you. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You've stayed through part 1 and part 2, and now you're entering the part where everything comes together, where all the subtle clues, all the quiet feelings, all the strange familiar moments finally begin to make sense. Let's start this part with a truth most people ignore: life never connects two people without a reason. Even silent connections mean something. Even unspoken moments matter. Even the person who walks past you every day can hold a piece of your story without you knowing it. Don't skip. You're closer than ever. Your neighbor, the person living right next door, has been part of a quiet thread in your life. Not deliberately. Not dramatically. Just naturally. Like they were placed there by timing, by coincidence, or maybe something deeper. Every time you saw them, something inside you responded. A small pull. A soft curiosity. A strange comfort you couldn't explain. That feeling wasn't random. It was memory. It was connection. It was recognition without explanation. Stay till the end. Now imagine this moment. you're sitting inside your home one evening. The light is dim. The world is quiet. And suddenly, without knowing why, your mind drifts to a memory from long ago, someone who meant something to you, someone who shaped your path, someone whose influence stayed with you even after they weren't physically present. You don't know where the thought came from. But it arrives gently, softly, purposefully. And in that moment, if you were paying very close attention, you would notice something strange, something subtle, something powerful. The memory and your neighbor feel like they're tied in the same emotional space. Not the same story, but the same energy. Don't skip. Something huge is coming. Your neighbor holds a memory that connects to someone from your past. They may not even realize how important it is, but the moment they met you, that memory became alive again. It matched something in you. Something in your eyes. Something in your way of speaking. Something in the quiet strength you carry. Have you ever seen someone and felt like you've met them before even though you haven't? That's not imagination. That's soul memory. And your neighbor felt it when they saw you. Stay till the end. Let me take you into their side of the story, something you never got to see. Years ago, they crossed paths with someone who talked about a person with a bright future, a unique heart, and a destiny that would unfold at the right time. They didn't know the name. They didn't know the face. They just heard the description. And when your neighbor eventually saw you for the very first time, something inside them whispered, this is the person they were talking about. They didn't panic. They didn't force anything. They simply felt a recognition they couldn't explain. Every time you walked by, they felt it again. Every time you smiled, they remembered. Every time your paths aligned, they sensed the connection. Don't skip. Now here's the part you've been waiting for, the moment everything becomes clear. Your neighbor wasn't sent to change your life. They weren't sent to fix anything. They weren't sent to interfere. They were placed beside you to complete a message someone else started long ago. A message meant for you. A message that has been waiting patiently. A message that you are finally ready to receive. Stay till the end. Your neighbor has been holding on to something, maybe a story, maybe a memory, maybe a tiny detail someone once told them, that involves you, your past, and your future. It's not dramatic. It's not overwhelming. It's meaningful. It's emotional. It's the kind of truth that sits quietly until the right moment arrives. And that moment is now. Don't skip. Take a deep breath. Feel the warmth in your chest. Feel the shift in your thoughts. Feel the way everything suddenly feels connected. Your neighbor has always sensed something special about you. Not something obvious. Not something loud. Something subtle. Something rare. Something deep. They saw strength in you when you didn't. They noticed resilience when you were hiding it. They recognized your spirit before you fully understood it yourself. That recognition came from the memory they carried, a memory someone else placed in their life, for you. Stay till the end. This isn't about fear. This isn't about conflict. This is about clarity. This is about alignment. This is about receiving the part of your story you never knew was missing. You're standing at the edge of understanding something powerful. Your life wasn't unfolding alone. Your journey wasn't silent. You weren't walking without guidance. Someone long ago planted a message in the world for you, and your neighbor, quietly, patiently, unknowingly, became its carrier. Don't skip. Your story is opening now. Your truth is rising. Your next chapter is waiting, right beside you. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You've reached the final part, and this is where the entire story reveals its full meaning. Everything you felt, every moment that pulled you in, every quiet connection between you and your neighbor is about to unfold into one clear truth, simple, emotional, powerful. Let's begin this final chapter with a thought most people never pause to consider. What if the people around you are carrying pieces of your destiny without even knowing it? Not intentionally, not deliberately, just naturally, as if life placed them in your path like signposts, like mirrors, like gentle reminders that your story is bigger than you think. Don't skip. Something huge is moments away. Your neighbor, the person quietly living next door, isn't just part of your environment. They never were. They were part of a pattern, one that started long before you moved into your current home. A pattern shaped by moments, memories, and connections that stretched far back into your past. And now, for the first time, that pattern is ready to reveal itself. Stay till the end. Let's go deeper. Think about every time you crossed paths with your neighbor, how they looked at you as if they understood something unspoken. How their presence felt peaceful rather than intrusive. How they carried a familiar energy that made you feel seen, even without words. How you always felt a tiny pull toward them, a gentle curiosity you couldn't explain. Those moments were not random. They were signals. Signals that you were approaching a moment of recognition. Signals that you were nearing the truth your heart has been waiting to understand. Signals that something from your past was quietly moving back into your present. Don't skip. Now imagine this, a long time ago, long before you knew where your life would take you. Someone made a comment, shared a memory, or left a message with your neighbor. Something small. Something simple. Something honest. Something about you. Your neighbor didn't know who you'd become. They didn't know where life would take you. They didn't even know if they'd ever meet you. And yet the message stayed with them. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't intense. It was gentle. It was meaningful. It was something like, there's someone you'll meet one day, someone with a bright heart, someone who will change more lives than they realize, someone who deserves to know how much they matter. Your neighbor didn't forget that. Not because it was emotional. Not because it was heavy. Because it felt true. Stay till the end. Years passed. Lives changed. Paths shifted. And then one day you appeared, standing in front of your new home, carrying your own story, your own dreams, your own strength. And when your neighbor saw you for the first time, something inside them aligned with the memory they carried. A quiet realization. A soft connection. A moment of silent recognition. They didn't say anything. They didn't rush. They just watched. Respectfully. Patiently. Gently. They waited for the right moment, your moment. Don't skip. That's why their energy felt familiar. That's why you sensed something around them you could never explain. That's why their presence felt comforting, warm, grounding. Your soul recognized them before your mind did. This entire time, your neighbor was holding onto something that belonged to you, a truth, a message, a memory, a connection. Something that was meant to arrive exactly now, at this exact stage of your journey. And here it is, the truth your heart has been moving toward. Your neighbor is not a warning. Your neighbor is not a burden. Your neighbor is a bridge. A bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. A bridge between your past and your future. A bridge between an old promise and a new chapter. They carry a memory of someone who believed in you long before you believed in yourself. Someone who saw your potential. Someone who knew you would one day shine. Someone who whispered to the world to guide you gently, softly, steadily. And your neighbor became part of that guidance. Don't skip. You're almost at the heart of it. Your neighbor doesn't want to change your life. They don't want anything from you. They simply want you to know one truth, a truth they've held quietly: you were never walking alone. Not in your past. Not in your present. Not in the future you're stepping into. Your journey was supported. Your path was watched over. Your heart was seen. Your spirit was recognized. And your neighbor, without realizing it, became the final messenger of that truth. Stay till the end, just a little longer. Because here is the final, most beautiful revelation: everything you've lived through, the struggles, the wins, the quiet moments, the loud moments, was leading you to a chapter where you finally understand your worth. Your value. Your purpose. And your neighbor's quiet presence was simply a reminder from the universe that someone once cared enough to place a piece of your story into the hands of the world. And that piece finally found its way back to you. Don't skip. Your story is not small. Your story is not forgotten. Your story is not unfinished. Your story is opening, right now. And the next chapter of your life is waiting, not behind you, not far ahead, but right where you already are. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You've come this far, and part 5 is where the meaning becomes crystal clear, where everything that felt mysterious now fits together like a perfect puzzle. This is the part where your heart finally understands what your mind has been trying to grasp through every moment of this story. Let's begin with a gentle truth: some connections are not meant to start with words. They start with presence. They start with a feeling, a recognition, a quiet awareness that someone standing near you is tied to your journey in a way you can't explain yet. And your neighbor has been one of those silent connections for you. Don't skip. Think for a moment about how life works in layers. On the surface, things look ordinary: houses, routines, greetings, daily habits. But beneath the surface, life is full of patterns, invisible threads, emotional echoes, and people who appear exactly when your story needs them. Your neighbor is one of those people. They didn't enter your life loudly. They entered gently, quietly, naturally. Stay till the end. Your neighbor never tried to step into your world. They never tried to cross boundaries or ask for anything. Yet their presence mattered. Their observation mattered. Their memory mattered. The way they looked at you, the way they understood your mood, the way they seemed familiar from the very beginning, all of this was part of a connection you were always meant to uncover. And now, you finally are. Don't skip. Let me show you something powerful. Sometimes the universe places a person beside you not because they are part of your beginning, but because they are meant to help you move toward your next chapter. They hold a reminder, something small but important, about who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Your neighbor has been carrying that reminder for you. Not as a weight. Not as a secret. But as a gentle truth tucked into their memory from years before they ever met you. Stay till the end. Picture this moment with absolute clarity. You walk outside one morning, and your neighbor is there. There's nothing unusual, just a simple moment. But this time, something inside you is awake. You feel the connection differently. You sense something meaningful in the air. It's not fear. It's not confusion. It's recognition. Pure, deep recognition. Your heart whispers, this person knows something about me, something pure, something important. And your heart would be right. Don't skip. Your neighbor once heard something about you. Maybe a description, maybe a message, maybe a memory, from someone who believed in your spirit long before you knew your own power. They didn't know when they'd meet you. They didn't know how your paths would cross. But they carried that memory as naturally as breathing. And when you showed up, that memory found its home. Stay till the end. Every glance, every soft smile, every quiet moment between you wasn't about curiosity. It was about connection. A connection that didn't need explanation because your souls understood it before your minds did. A connection that came from a place of sincerity, not intensity. From a place of meaning, not mystery. That's why nothing ever felt uncomfortable. That's why their presence never felt strange. It felt familiar. It felt aligned. It felt like something that was always meant to be. Don't skip. The truth is simple, your neighbor is part of your story's design. A reminder that you are seen. A reminder that you are remembered. A reminder that your journey matters. And here is the final, gentle revelation, the heart of part 5. Your neighbor's presence is a message from life itself, telling you that you are not forgotten. You are not unnoticed. You are not alone on your path. Someone, somewhere in your past believed in you so deeply that their words, their faith, their memory traveled through another person, all the way to your present. Stay till the end. This story isn't about discovering something dramatic. It's about discovering something beautiful. The universe protects your path in ways you don't always see. People carry messages meant for you without realizing it. Connections form quietly, naturally, perfectly. And the truth always finds its way home. Your neighbor didn't come into your life to change it. They came to remind you that change is already happening inside you. They came to remind you of your strength, your worth, your importance, your future. Don't skip. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end, because this final moment, this final truth, is the one your heart has been moving toward through every part of this story. You've walked through the questions, the memories, the connections, the realizations, and now you're here, standing at the doorway of the full truth, and the truth is gentle. The truth is warm. The truth is meant for you. Don't skip. Let's begin this final chapter with a soft understanding. Sometimes the final piece of your story isn't a shock, it's a reassurance. A reassurance that everything in your life, every challenge, every moment of strength, every quiet night where you wondered about your path, was leading you to a place of clarity. And your neighbor was simply part of that clarity. Stay till the end. Think about everything you've learned through these parts. You now know that your neighbor wasn't a warning, wasn't a threat, wasn't a negative sign. They were a reminder. A quiet signal from life itself. A symbol of connection. They held a tiny piece of your journey without even knowing how important it would be to you today. But here's the deeper truth, the one you were meant to hear in this final part: your neighbor was never the focus. You were. Don't skip. This journey wasn't about discovering who they are. It was about discovering who you are. It was about realizing the depth of your past, the strength of your present, and the promise of your future. It was about awakening a truth inside you that had been asleep for too long. A truth that says, you are cared for. You are remembered. You are guided. You are not walking alone. Stay till the end. Now imagine something beautiful. You step outside your door one morning. The air feels calm. The world feels soft. You see your neighbor again, not with confusion, not with questions, but with understanding. Their presence doesn't feel mysterious anymore. It feels right. It feels like a completed circle. It feels like closure. Because now you finally know the truth. They were the carrier of a message meant for your heart, not for your mind. A message that says, you matter more than you realize. You were believed in long before you believed in yourself. Your journey is guided, even when you think no one sees you. Don't skip. You see, the true point of this entire story is not what your neighbor knows. It's what you now know. You know that your path has purpose. You know that your presence has meaning. You know that your future is bigger than the moments that made you doubt yourself. And here comes the final, most important realization: your neighbor's presence beside you was never about them seeing you. It was about you learning to finally see yourself. Stay till the end. All the signs, all the small moments, all the familiar feelings, they were reflections of you. Reflections of the strength you forgot you had. Reflections of the courage you've shown through your life. Reflections of the light inside you that someone, long ago, recognized and cherished. And life, in its quiet wisdom, placed a reminder beside you. A reminder in human form. A reminder you couldn't ignore. A reminder that guided you back to your own truth. Don't skip. And here, in this final breath of the story, the message becomes whole: you are not alone. You have never been alone. Your story has been protected, supported, and guided in ways you never saw. And now you are stepping into a future where you finally understand your worth. Take one deep breath. Feel the warmth in your chest. Feel the calm settling in. Feel the quiet realization that everything, every moment, every chapter, was leading you here. This isn't the end. This is the beginning. The beginning of you seeing yourself clearly. The beginning of you trusting your path. The beginning of you walking forward with confidence and peace. And your neighbor? They were simply the final sign you needed to realize the truth: your next chapter is ready. And so are you.